world's best listeners. First of all, I want to start off by saying, great way to tie in the information from last week into this week. When you hear something once, maybe it sticks a little bit, maybe you pick out a couple things, but when you get that information hammered down, repeated, that repetition really helps it stick. One thing that I really picked up from last week, which, my confession, the balance between writing down notes and versus leaning forward, looking into them, listening not only with your ears but with your eyes, that's difficult. So doing the evaluation, just having that all in the back of my head at the same time, really makes me have a better appreciation for the evaluation process. So starting out, I have to address this right off the bat because I am a personal trainer, I work at a gym, and the salesperson aspect, I have to say, you had it spot on. So the idea of matching body language, the idea of trying to use the same words that they use is exactly the way that I was trained. So I don't know how you picked that up, maybe just through your observations, or maybe someone else told you the same thing, but that's exactly what goes on there. So you're right on the money there. The other really cool thing that I liked about your speech was they used 3 specific adjectives, or 3 specific images. You have the idea of the salesperson, the idea of the detective, and the idea of the psychic. With that, you can think of somebody in your mind who fits that bill. So it's not just a theoretical idea there, but now you're seeing a person. On that note, I think that's an area where you did great, but it can be better. So for example, you went into the idea of Columbo. Unfortunately, I don't know who Columbo is. That might be a possible generation gap, I guess. I'm just guessing he's a famous detective. You mentioned Sherlock, and then I get what you're talking about. So one
That's
idea,
older.
possibly. So the idea with Columbo, what you could do with each of these different people is have a specific story with that. You might run into the issue of not having enough time to really dig into it. But let's say Columbo. Just give us a specific example of how Columbo had to use his listening skills with his eyes to be able to figure out what's going on. With the salesperson, you had a great idea. You picked out the right strategies that salespeople use, but maybe instead of saying blah, 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 but say a specific dialogue, something that you were part of, or perhaps someone else is part of. That would just really make that imagery come alive. So, and then with the psychic, I think it was a little bit confusing there. So that would just be another area where it was good, we had that picture in our mind, but then if you were to give this speech again, it would just make it really come alive. To finish things up, you used the board very well. It was not a crutch, but it helped us focus and picture everything in mind, and I think you did a great job. Thank you.